Today I want to look at the sample research paper, which is written in Chicago style formatting, which is what you're required to do for your history papers. And I wanted to point out a few things because over the years students look at this or possibly don't look at it and make mistakes that could be prevented, and they could get higher scores in their papers if they would just follow the directions. So I thought I'd go over this and see how I can help you. You'll notice that on the title page there is not a number on the upper right hand corner. That's because you don't number your first page, your title page. You'll notice that in the pink letters on the sides there are examples of what they're talking about or things that they want you to take note of throughout this sample research paper. Now here's the title. You'll notice that the student's name is below it, the writer's name, and at the bottom of the page you'll see the class course name and the date. All right, so that's what your title page should look like. You'll notice that the title is not in the middle of the page, it's not at the top, it's kind of about a third of the way down. So try to make your paper look similar to that. Now on the second page you'll notice the headings at the top begin with the student's last name and a number. You'll notice it's number 2 because this is the second page. Now the opening paragraph is of course going to have your thesis, which is very important, something you should spend some time on, and I know that you might want to revise it during the draft process as you figure out what you're going to talk about. You do not need to do these headings on your paper because your paper is a short research paper, only 3 pages. This is a longer paper, so you do not need to do those headings. Now as far as endnotes and citations, I want to draw your attention to the first one. Here you see the number is raised, and he's citing some statistics that he has used in this paper, so that will be his first endnote. Endnotes go in sequential order, so this doesn't mean this is from source 1. This means it's the first endnote in the paper. Okay, looking on to the next page, you'll see he has a long quotation set off from the text by indenting. Also, you wanted to look through, you see as the endnotes are continuing sequentially to increase. Go on to the next page. Remember, the topic sentence states the main idea for this section. So remember to look back at your topic sentences. Make sure you have some transitions. Avoid conversational tone. This is not the time to say, oh, that sounds terrible, or to insert your opinions. This is an objective paper that you're presenting the information, and you're not talking to me in a conversational tone. Transition sentences to link new material to old. There are lots of good comments throughout this paper that you can read through. The conclusion should repeat your thesis statement in a different way, but you're telling me what you've proved in your paper. It's the last thing you leave the reader with. All right, now here's the page that gives students some difficulty. This is the endnotes page. You notice it still has a heading number at the top with the student's last name, and this is page 8 for his paper. His paper is a longer paper. But if you'll notice, the first line of each note is indented a ½ inch. Okay, press the tab, put the number. This is single spaced. In between entries, it's going to be double spaced. Okay, the note number is not raised and is followed by a period. IBID is what you use if you're using the same source right after you've used it, and you don't need to write out the whole title and everything. It's the same source. So IBID is telling you that you've just used the same source here, A Battle from the Start, only a different page number. Here you used a quote or some information from page 182. Here's from page 183. The author's names on the notes page are not inverted. So Jack Hurst, first name, last name. All right, it's different on the bibliography. It's the reverse. You'll notice in the bibliography, it is last name, first name. And the entries are alphabetical. So C authors, F authors, H authors. Do it in alphabetical order. You also continue numbering it at the top. This is entitled Bibliography. And again, the entries are single spaced. You'll notice they're not numbered like they were in the endnotes. No numbers on this page. All right, so please try to follow those directions. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me. Thanks.